I lied. Once again, we are not having our first meal at work. Ended up staying home, work from home, which is nice. So this will be my first meal for the day, which is really nice. It's about 1 o'clock. So we've got 8 ounces of steak. We've got 250 grams of berries, and we've got about almost 70, 68 grams of cheese. Um, so this will be it for today. Looking forward to that. I know I said I was going to be eating at work, but last minute changes, and now I'm not. So definitely gonna eat that. Get some work done because I do want to get to the gym before. I might I might head to the gym after this. I don't know. I want to get there before the busy hour, and I know busy is between like 4:30 and 8 p.m. So, although I did find a new gym yesterday that wasn't super busy, so I might be going to that one again, depending on how I'm feeling and if I want to drive the opposite way. I don't know. We'll see. But today is leg day, so I want to make sure that I'm carved up as much as possible. I might even wait until my second meal just so I can have more carbs in my system, and not just the berries but also the rice and obviously the protein. But more carbs equals more energy at the gym, and I know that doing legs expends more energy. So don't want to go in there empty stomach. Don't want to go in there, you know, hungry. I like I said, I've done that before, and that was not a disaster, but it was definitely not where I wanted to be. So I'm gonna get this meal in. May or may not get a second meal in before I hit the gym, and let you guys. I'll let you guys know when I get there, or when I get back for meal two. So for right now, this first meal is 596 calories, 59 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, and 24 grams of fat. So off to a good start. I'm looking forward to this. I had great recovery, great sleep, so I am locked and loaded. Gonna keep taking my vitamins because I do not want to get sick. I can't afford to get sick right now. I got a lot of work, and you know can't lose the gains. If you get sick, you start to, lose your progress. So don't want to do that. But I will see you guys for the next meal. At I'm guessing it'll probably be around. It's 1:30 now. It'll probably be around 5. So stay tuned. We'll see. All right, y'all. Just as expected, we are having our second meal at 5 o'clock. This is ideal. This is perfect. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Um, yeah, you can't have it all, right? The only downside to, having this meal at the perfect time is that I didn't get to go to the gym earlier. So the upside is that I'll be, you know, fully carved up for the day. Even though my carbs are only about 100 grams a day or so, 110 grams a day. But this is all the carbs I'm gonna have for the day, and then I get to go to the gym. Downside, gym is gonna be packed to shit, which is the worst. I really hate it, but that's the best we can do. That's what we've got, so gotta work with what we've got. And speaking of what we've got, I don't know why that was like that. We've got these freaking ads. They really want me to pay for this damn app, and I refuse. 6 ounces of steak, 50 grams of cheese, and 95 grams of rice. I think that was crap. Hold on. Let me double check, just because I think it might be like 51 grams of cheese, but just to be sure, it's 52. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was. I don't know why I thought I had close to like 60 grams. My memory is deceiving me. But this is the meal here. You know, six. What did I say? 6 grams of or 6 ounces of steak. Whatever. You guys know what I said. 95 grams of cheese. 50 ounces of what? No. 95 grams of rice. 50 grams of cheese or so, and about 6 ounces of steak. So this is going to be the most exciting meal for today. Later today, I'm only having steak and cheese, so we're just having protein and fats later. 35 grams of cheese later and 6 ounces of steak. It's going to be just enough to keep me satiated and not make me go crazy after the gym, with, you know, being that I have legs today, quads, hams, and I don't want to go to the gym, come home, not eat, and go to bed after such a heavy lift. But I do want to eat something, so it's going to be, even though it's a small meal, I think that's enough. That should get me by the next few hours after the gym, like post gym. Because you go to bed hungry and it's just terrible. You're tossing and turning. You start wanting to eat snacks. The smallest little candy, you see some crumbs and you want to lick it off the ground. To avoid that, just have some protein, have some fats before you go to bed. At least for like today's program, right? I already had all my carbs. I need a little bit more protein, a little bit more fats. Throw that in the tank after the workout, and then we're good to go. But before the workout, we're gonna have these, and I don't know how I feel about these big old cuts. I asked the butcher at the store to cut it for me, and he gave me like some big ass pieces. Yeah, I guess I can cut it, but you know, we'll see. I guess it's fine. I cut them anyways. I like to have them a little smaller, just because they're bite size. Just because I almost died, probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I think it was over 3 weeks ago. I almost died. I bit more than I could chew, and it had like a little fatty piece, and I hate chewing the fat because you can't cut through it. At least I can't cut through it with my teeth. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I passed it. Man, when I tell you that shit got stuck right here, I really thought I was gonna die off of a fucking piece of steak. I was kind of scared, but I was more mad. And I think the only reason that I was able to, my throat did whatever it did, was just because I was angry. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm about to let this little piece of steak, this fucking cow, take me out. I was home alone. I was here by myself. There's nobody here, nobody in sight. It was quiet, no TV was on. My phone, I mean, you can't breathe. You can't fucking do shit. So I was dying. I literally bent over this sink like this, and I don't know how the fuck I did it, but somehow, like, I was able to. I don't know how to say this without it sounding crazy, but I was able to squeeze my throat and like just fucking kick it out. It was wild. And so ever since that happened, I make sure I cut the pieces as small as possible without it being overly obnoxious for myself, where I have to like fucking just sit there with the knife. But yeah, I think the piece might have been like this, probably like half of it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this one right here, it was probably about half of that, and half of that was just all fatty and chewy. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of chewing. I passed it. That shit was crazy. We're not gonna do that again. But anyways, that's my meal for pre-workout meal. We're gonna have this, hang out for probably, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Get the pre and the creatine ready. I already took my vitamins. No more sore throat. We're gonna get legs. We're gonna hit it hard, and I will see you guys for the next meal. Back for the final meal, just as promised. We've got 6 ounces of steak and 35 grams of cheese. This is the saddest fucking plate I have ever. But I mean, it was worth it. I had a good leg day. Definitely felt stronger. Just because I was carved up. I had all my carbs for the day. 104 grams of carbs for a leg day. It was really good. Um, I felt so good that I ended up doing cardio, but I usually try and stay in zone 2 for cardio, which is just like a speed walk, like not a hurdle, but you're definitely walking fast. And today I wasn't sprinting, but I was definitely a light jog, zone 4 for the most part, for about 20 minutes. It was pretty good. I felt pretty good. My knee was kind of feeling funky the first couple minutes, but I think I just needed to warm it up a little bit, and I felt great. I was walking for about 4 minutes at, I don't know, zone 1, not super fast, just kind of letting things start up, and then just did the not sprints, but definitely jogged for about 20 minutes. Felt good. Had a hard time focusing, not sure why. So I just kind of, I don't know, I just put on some music, and that wasn't really helping. So then I just put on uh, some David Goggins, and he did the trick. He did the trick, helped me out, got me through the run. It was a little tough because I did feel good, but I don't know, I didn't have the to keep going, so I threw that on, and I mean, it did its job. Whoever did that cut, thank you, I appreciate it. It was good, and it definitely reminded me that you know I'm I'm there because I want to, and not because I'm being forced to. Because sometimes it feels like, oh fuck, what a drag. Like I don't want to be here. But I've had plenty of those days. I mean, I've had almost a year of doing this diet, and sometimes I just want to say, fuck it, let's fucking party. Let's go back to eating like shit. But then I remember, I try to stay on goal. I have a goal. I remember that I have a goal, and you know, it, I think I think the most important thing is remembering that you just have to see your next step. You don't have to see all the way to the finish line. I think as long as you see your next step and what the next move is, I think you'll be fine. Like for me, I'm not looking, oh my God, like 6 more months of dieting, fuck, what a drag. It's just like, can I get through this next meal? And luckily for me, I don't mind doing this. This is good. This is fun. I've never done this. This is exciting for me. This is a new path. So I definitely am doing the most I can and taking advantage of it, even if it means having these sad fucking meals at the end of the night. But in the long run, I know it's gonna work out, and I think it's gonna help, and it's gonna, even if all this shit doesn't work, I know that I did my best and that I feel as good as I can. I definitely feel better than I did, a year ago. I was way fatter. I think when I started to lose weight, I was already 180, and I had already been working out for like a few months. And I'm pretty sure I got over, like I was past the 180 mark. And I mean, I've told you guys, now I'm at 149. I've been floating at like 149, 150. I can't seem to break that. I feel like I might have plateaued. And I don't know, you guys might have noticed it in the videos where it's like sometimes I just feel like, fuck, maybe it's time to call it. Maybe it's time to stop. But then I remember, and you know, these putting these videos out makes me realize, fuck, this is day 309, 310, 311, and fucking just staying on the grind and making it work. And definitely been seeing the results, even though I'm not where I want to be. I think is a good thing because I will definitely end up where I want to be. And I think enjoying the process in the meantime is what really counts. And, you know, going to the gym, I think gym is probably like what definitely got me into doing all this like macro counting BS for a lot of people. But it's definitely helped, you know, helped me focus a little bit and help me, you know, be more aligned and understand a little bit more of what it is that I'm looking for. So maybe I'm just being dramatic, but it's definitely helped me find not a path, but definitely some sort of linear motion, right? Instead of, you know, trying a bunch of different shit, it's like, okay, well, this works and I like how I feel, and, you know, just let's just make the most of it. So, with that being said, I'll show you guys my meal one more time. Last meal for the night. Um, this is it. Cheers. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Remember, count your macros.